Let us be aware that while they preach the supremacy of the state, declare its omnipotence over individual man, and predict its eventual domination of all peoples on the earth, they are the focus of evil in the modern world.
Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest.
America will find you, and we will bring you to justice.
We came, we saw, we died.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is the 12th of June, 2023. It's hot as fuck. Well, subjectively to my location, it is hot as fuck. Been going to the beach for the past few days. Got a little bit of a sunburn. I love it. Makes me feel alive, like the sun's kissing me. Gonna go back today. Gonna try to get a little tan. So yeah, I'm tired of fucking Europeans trying to cook Mexican food. That's what's bothering me right now. I'm tired of these motherfuckers trying to cook Mexican food. It's not only impossible, it's insulting. It's insulting to Mexico. It's insulting to abuelitas all around the world. It's insulting to tomatoes. It's insulting to anyone who's ever even smelled a Taco Bell. But these guys trying to cook Mexican food is one of the most pitiful attempts at cuisine you have ever seen. I'm going to go ahead and tell you. I live in the Netherlands. The Dutch are not known for their cuisine, their culinary sophistication, if you will. They're not known for that. They're known for many things. Good food is not one of them. There's a reason they fry everything. They either fry everything or they pickle it. They just do whatever they can to get rid of any flavor that a food item might have. Even they grow all their vegetables and their fruit. They grow them in greenhouses. So you get these big old, like, picturesque, vegetables, tomatoes, cucumbers, and whatnot. But the genetics of these vegetables are awful. They have no flavor. There's nothing. There's no soil, so there's nothing to give it flavor. So you go buy a tomato, and the tomato tastes like a strawberry, tastes like a cucumber, tastes like an eggplant. They all taste the same. It's just like some rough, weird, chewy, rubber, wet goo thing that you bite into and eat. I mean, I guess maybe it's healthy, but I don't think there's anything inside of them. I think they're just they're imitation. Almost like those plastic ones they make in Japan. But anyway, these guys, when they make Mexican food, let me give you an example. It is a common occurrence here that you will go to a bar, okay, like a little pub, a bar, and they will have on the menu for like an appetizer, starter, nachos. Okay, nachos are simple. Nachos are very quick and easy food to make. You cannot fuck up nachos. Au contraire, you can fuck up nachos, and the Dutch are goddamn professionals at it. Let me give you the average layout of what nachos you'll get at a Dutch bar. First off, you're not getting tortilla chips. You're getting plain Doritos. Now, that's a weird concept because in America we don't really have plain Doritos because there's such an abundance of tortilla chips. The idea that someone would actually go and buy unflavored Doritos is just unacceptable. Why? Here, plain, just salted, triangle-shaped corn mash chips or unflavored Doritos are quite common and quite popular. So you'll get those. All right. Now, the base of your nachos, I mean, you've already gone off the deep end. You're not even using tortilla chips. You're using fake Doritos. So that just lays the framework for what I'm talking about here. Okay, next, there is a certain flavor profile when it comes to salsa. Okay, a Mexican salsa. You know, you like you're making a nice tomato-based mole, something. So you want maybe an adobe flavor or a chipotle flavor or something. You know, you can go Tex-Mex. You can go au natural, south of the border style. But these people seem to not understand that fucking pizza sauce cannot be used as a replacement for salsa. Let me repeat myself. The Dutch put pizza sauce on their nachos. I'm gagging right now just thinking about it. Okay. Now on top of that, I think most people that are connoisseurs of fine plates of nachos, that they're used to a nice queso blanco, maybe queso fresco, some just white cheese in general. I mean, again, you can go north of the border, Tex-Mex cheese, get a little shredded going. Now, they're putting 48-day aged Gouda cheese in slices. Like a Gouda cheese here is the equivalent of a Kraft single in America. It's the cheapest off-the-shelf cheese you can buy. They will, right in front of you, shred that up and put that on top of pizza sauce on top of plain Doritos. Okay. Now, the only topping that will go on these nachos that I've ever seen in my life are jalapenos. Now, how can you fuck up a jalapeno? A jalapeno is a jalapeno. It's simply a jalapeno. Okay? You can't mess up a jalapeno. I'm not even sure how they do it. I don't know the science behind it. I don't know how they fucked up these jalapenos, but they're not jalapenos. They look like jalapenos. They kind of taste like jalapenos. A bit sweeter. Not as sour as you'd like, but just a weird imitation of what a jalapeno is. They'll throw those on there. Okay, fine. They tried their best with that. They don't know what sour cream is, so they're using creme fraiche, which I guess it's the same, but it's not the same. Okay? Maybe, but it's not. It's not the same. They'll throw that on there too. And then they'll bake it. They always bake it. Oven roasted. Everything's got to be oven roasted. Doesn't matter if you're getting a bowl of peanuts with your pint or your fucking pizza nachos. Everything here has to be oven roasted. Like I said, because there's no flavor in anything, or everything that has flavor is so fucking nasty, they have to fry everything, or pickle everything, or oven roast everything, just to hide the disgusting shit they're trying to serve you. So, after 10 minutes of roasting in the oven, they bring you out a plate of plain Doritos with pizza sauce, Gouda cheese, and sweet jalapenos. And then they'll charge you 13 euros. Now, imagine, even in my most sober of moments, when I'm the hungriest, okay, if I've been starving, stone cold sober, haven't had a drop to drink, if I went and ordered nachos and that product came out to me, I couldn't eat it. I wouldn't even be able to look at it. Now imagine, when your tongue's a little loose, you're liquored up a bit, you've had a few, and then you order, oh yeah, it'd be great right now, guys, some nachos. Let's get some fucking nachos. And then they come out with that? With this fucking plate of pasta chips? Now, again, sometimes I'm a bit loose with my words. But in moments like that, I have been known to get very American very quick. Okay? I've gotten so angry before when they bring me out these disgusting ass nachos that I've recited the entire Pledge of Allegiance before I cussed out a waiter. That it fires me up. It gets me extremely angry. I have this idea that the Dutch learned to make Mexican. Okay, and don't even get me started when it comes to any other, right? Like some sort of, if they're making enchiladas or any sort of like a taco or a burrito, anything. Ceviche, they don't even know what ceviche is. They think ceviche is like the Mexican girl in Spice Girls. They have no idea what that is, but yet they'll put it on the menu and they'll give you something that they tried to make. I have this theory that any Dutch person who cooks like the Dutch cuisine industry, it's like a French guy had Mexican food one time, went back to France, translated the ingredients into German. A German dude found that ingredient list, had never seen a plate of nachos, didn't know what they tasted like, didn't know what they looked like, but just had this ingredient list written down by a Frenchman. He somehow tried to figure out what was going on and then told a Dutch guy who didn't speak German how to make it, and then that's what came out the other end. It's like, you ever seen those drawings from like the 1850s where they'd find like a hippopotamus or a lion, the bones, but they had never seen a hippopotamus in real life or a rhinoceros, so they just tried to put it all back together, like using their imagination. That's what the Dutch are doing right now with Mexican cuisine, and it's got to come to an end. We got to do something about this. And by we, I mean me and anyone else who supports this cause. We've got to end this fake Mexican food culture that the Netherlands is trying to adopt, because everybody wants to cry cultural appropriation when it comes to any other thing. God damn it, this is it. This is the cause. I'll get down with this all day. I'll fight for this until the cows come home. The next time, it's sad whenever in this country the best Mexican food you're going to get is at Taco Bell. Taco Bell reigns supreme with Mexican food in the Netherlands, and that is pitiful. Like they have Salsa Shop. I don't know if anybody knows what Salsa Shop is, but that's basically like Dutch Chipotle, which again is trash. But like when you go to these random bars, these random like truly Dutch bars, and they have quesadillas on the menu, get up, knock over glassware, break something, and walk the fuck out and never go back to that place, because you know they're bullshitting you. And if you can't trust what they have on the menu, how do you trust what they're going to serve you anyways? It's truly infuriating. And it's not just a problem with the Netherlands and Mexican food. This is a problem elsewhere in the world. People like to make fun of Americans for being fat. There's a reason. It's because we got good fucking food. And any food you want, you can find it, and it's going to be fucking awesome. You can go to the middle of Oklahoma, and you'll get the best Vietnamese food you've ever had in your life. You can go to Florida, and in a 5-minute walk, you can have the finest cuisine from all over the world right there, cheaply made in front of you by a guy from that country. Well, that's not the case. When you come to Europe, they are very stubborn about their cooking methods. I mean, I've been to Germany and had things that you would think that in Germany, a place that has a city called Hamburg, where supposedly the hamburger is from, you would think that you could get a very standard, generic, easy to eat, acceptable reproduction of a hamburger. That's not always the case. Granted, there are probably good hamburgers here and there, but the odds of you getting one after you've paid 15 euros are not great. Not great at all. It's always a coin flip. And I'm the worst with this. My expectations of food are so high. You know, I grew up in the South, in America. The food there it's the best food in the world. That's why we're all 400 pounds. You know how hard it is not to eat fried chicken every day with biscuits all the time? It's difficult because it's fucking awesome. So I have high expectations of what food is supposed to be. But then here, they've been eating pickled fish for the past 700 years. They're happy with anything. They're happy with anything. You could throw raw chicken at them like they do at the KFC here, and they don't complain. The idea of getting a refund for like getting shitty food is just nonsense. They have no expectations of what food is supposed to be here. Their favorite food in the world is called frikandel. It's literally mystery meat fried until you can't bite into it. It's harder than beef jerky. And no one will tell you what the meat is, because no one knows. They don't fucking know. The people who make the frikandel have no freaking idea what's in the frikandel. And they don't want to know. They don't want to get that deep into it. They don't want to find out the answer, for fear that one day they might say, "Oh, our frikandel is not so good, huh?" No. That's their favorite food. That and bitterballa, which is just frikandel fried again. They just cut frikandel up, mix it with some gravy, and then fry it once more. In case the first 9 times it was fried was not enough to get the flavor out of your mouth, they fry it again. It's impossible. It's impossible. The only good food you get around here is from the immigrants. Like, yeah, you can get great Turkish food, obviously, because it's a bunch of Turks eating. And that's why that's why there's so many Turkish kebab shops everywhere, because they get here and they're like, "Have you tried eating this fucking Dutch food? We'll starve. We will starve. We need to make our own food." So that's why on every corner there's 9 kebab shops, and they would starve. The whole community would starve. You can't survive off what these Dutch people eat. They live off pickled fish and beer. That's it. That's how they sustain themselves. And milk. Yeah, when you're on the coast, it's pickled fish and beer. As soon as you get 10 minutes inland, it's milk and beer. They mix milk and beer like a cocktail. That's what they feed their children, milk and beer in a bottle. That's why they're 9 feet tall and their teeth look like the toes of a baby cow or something. They just, ugh. So, I'm going to start an NGO. You know the Dutch love NGOs. I'm going to start an NGO that takes wayward Dutch chefs who have been tricked into making these awful faux Mexican dishes, and we're going to rescue them. We're going to save them. We're going to take them out of the restaurants, out of the bars. I'm not sure if we send them to Mexico on like a Peace Corps type retreat where they can just learn the ways of the elders, or if we just like send them to a gay conversion camp where we just beat the lunacy out of them for trying to cook like they have for so long. I'm not sure which will be more effective. I'm open to ideas. Look, I'm just the brain man behind the NGO, so I got to hire other people to help me get it working. But we got to do something about this. I can't stand it any longer. The Dutch are too smart to be doing this. It's willful ignorance at best. At worst, it's actually maliciousness. I think some of them get a kick out of it, saying, "Oh, yeah, let's see how bad we can make it." And they'll still give us money. Yeah. People like to make jokes about like Jews being greedy. No. It's the Dutch. If the Dutch can figure out a way to take €1's worth of ingredients and turn it into €20 worth of shit, they will serve it on a plate, top it off with fucking mayonnaise, and make you pay for it. And then chastise you if you don't eat it all. But I digress. I'm going to go lay in the sun. Goodbye.